I'm Patricia McNeely from Twin Flame Body. How are you today? Today I want to talk to you about past lives. Past lives are something that not everyone believes is possible, and yet there is something there because it comes up in common popular culture with TV shows like Back to the Future, time travel shows like The Time Machine, and in books such as Outlander, The Time Machine by H.G. Wells before it was actually made into, I think, 3 movies. And it's a popular theme in popular culture. It's sometimes what is called the fantasy realm of culture, and yet sometimes falls into either sci-fi or romance. But there are ancient cultures that have talked about past lives, and some of those are the Tibetan culture. They have a book about the Book of the Dead, and it's been talked about in ancient Indian cultures through Sanskrit writings, talking about levels that people experience. So, in some ways, you can say these can be conceptual because you may not remember them, but they are a very prevalent concept simply because there's something inside you that nags you about it. Now, if over the past year you have been feeling things nag at you about your ancestry, your inner child, your ancestry, bingo right there, you have had some past lives. What other aspects of your past lives are helpful for you, and how can you nurture this so that it affects not only repairs and restorations, but healing, mending things, but what I would call restoring something to a proper order. Okay. Let me give you another example. If you were on the playground or you're playing in your neighborhood with some friends and you're acting out a game and something doesn't go right, did you ever call out the words do over, do over, do over? Well, we're on a larger scale, we're actually done with the do-overs. This is a do it right now. Don't do it over. Don't repeat the madness. But there are also levels of you that you sometimes cannot access just by seeing it or reading it in a book. You actually do need a boost to get there. What you would do there is what I call total immersion. And total immersion is what enables you to be able to get something accomplished. Okay. Now, this is not an easy thing. There's a certain amount of preparation that goes into it. So I am having a class in it. We will be meeting several times. One of the classes is in Arabic and English, and the other one will be in English. And you can actually avail yourself of some of the things that might have taken years and years and years. You're at a good point for this, and so if you have had some aspect of your life that has been nagging you, something like, why do I keep repeating this mistake, or why do I keep meeting this same type of person, or why does my body freeze up every time such and such happens? Why do I seem to have some kind of a phobia about something? Okay, so I'm giving you some of the clues here, but in some ways it shouldn't be a mystery. It just needs deeper development for you to be able to restore parts of you that need to connect, and that is what I offer. It is twin flame reconnection and healing by reconnection with parts of you, and some of those parts are very, very new. You may have heard the term your eternal records or something like that. It sometimes has other names, names that go into ancient Egypt, such as the Akashic records. And yeah, if you think about it this way, if you look back just a few years, whatever your eyes took in, you can remember it. Now, sometimes we have apps on our phone that do that. It'll say things like, oh, look at your photos you took from 2 years ago, and you look at it and you do a little review and you're like, yeah, oh, okay. And I had one come up the other day, and it was not a good month. For some reason, it picked it up where I was doing this massive cleaning after some flooding, and it happened to everyone. And I was just like, oh, yeah, I never want to repeat that again. Do you have things that somehow keep popping up that you never want to repeat again? Come join. Do you need tools so that as you move forward, you continue to feel lighter and you feel like you're driving away and putting that in your rear view mirror and letting it keep getting smaller until it's out of your sight? Another question for you. Do you have nightmares? Are you prone to nightmares? Are they pretty brutal? Do you have very odd dreams? Let's get cracking on that. Okay, so this is a time frame to get cracking on some of this stuff because there's something to know. Past lives affect both people. It's not just a one person, or it's not where you can sit there all comfy in your house and blame and say, well, I guess, that person, they were up to no good, or they kept going until they crashed into the wall. Oh, woe is me. Let's turn that around and get you in the mode where you feel like sovereign, you feel like the queen, or you feel like the king, and you get these things up and running for yourself. Have you ever had an allergy or a sensitivity to a food or an aversion to something? What is that all about? I know what that is all about. And yes, these are usually some sort of connection to the past, and we are going to work on digging it out. What if you have had some kind of a near-death thing? Okay, a lot of people have those in different ways, and some of them are connected to past and some of them are not. Some of them are what I would call circumstantial or situational. It's just happening in the current situation. Do you have questions? Are there reasons as to why you were born the way you are, in the place you are, to the family that you are? Absolutely. But let's find out, and let's not only dig, let's restore, okay? Because anything we've known about ancient Egypt, what do? We dig it out, we restore it, and we can proudly display some things. Yes, there's been some theft. Okay, yes, there has been. A lot of those things need to mend too, okay? What was wrongfully taken from you, let's get that restored, repaired, up and running, okay? Would you like to check it out? Check it out and join. Like I say, there's going to be a couple of segments of it, and check out the links below. We will love to have you there. We have question and answer session, and we have pretty lively discussions along with an activation for you that activates parts of you that you need. Okay, you need this. You need to work with Blu-ray. And I know things. Blu-rays are some of the ones that have gone through the toughest stuff, prototyped it, gotten ourselves back up and running. And won't it be lovely if it works through you, where you get things that are specific? So we're not all going to focus on the same thing, because this is a part of how you heal some of that inner stuff, that stuff that nags at you, that stuff that feels like somehow you can't access it. It's like having an itch. Have you ever had an itch that feels like it's between the layers? I know how to get you between the layers and get this stuff rolling and moving. So please come join, look at the links below, and please like and subscribe my videos. It helps a lot. Thank you so much. And if you can, please donate. Please use the donation link, because 100% of that goes to help people who write to me and they cannot, they're in a tough situation. Okay, talking about situations, yes. So please do so. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. Bye.